Hello everyone, Mr. Peabody again. Just a bit more fun with medical shows. This actually happens to be the same show. I'm watching a different episode. But remember I was talking, well maybe you didn't watch the last video, but I was talking to you about stethoscopes, the way they're portrayed in the films and movies and the way they're actually used. Now the stethoscope angles a certain way so that when you put it into the ear canal it points forward. So the bars of the stethoscope will bend slightly backwards, not by much, but just by enough, and it is noticeable. So when you've got a doctor on set, here's another plane coming over. Must be rush hour. But when you've got a doctor on set, they should point forwards. Anyway, a lot of specialists or whatever, the people that are supposed to advise the actors and the directors and everything like that, they miss this point all the time. And once you know what to look for, it gets quite annoying and quite amusing. When you've got doctors on set and they've got the stethoscope draped around their neck, doctors and nurses don't do that. The reason being is if it's draped around your neck, it stretches the rubber. I know it looks like, fairly hardy stuff and everything like that, but it is like a rubber material and it does stretch, and as soon as you stretch that, you stuff it up. So you don't drape around the neck unless if you're just going to have it there for a minute. Now that's one thing, but when you see on TV shows that a doctor's walking around with the stethoscope draped around his neck, any professional will tell you that's bullshit. They don't do that, because most of the time, if you've got a professional nurse or a professional doctor, that stethoscope will be their own. They'll take their own. They'll buy their own, and they take good care of them because they have to. And the major brand for stethoscopes in the world is Littmann's. So a Littmann stethoscope, they're not cheap, and you can get them in different grades, but they are not cheap. They're a proper scientific instrument, so people take care of them. They don't drape them around their neck. If they're hanging the way he's got it hanging there, that's fine. If they're hanging straight, that's not too bad. But even there, you can see even the way it is on his neck right there, it's around the wrong way. Because if you're going to hang it around your neck like that, it's basically you've just used it, you've taken it off, and you're going to use it again. But the way he's got it there, no, it's not right, and it gets even worse because I'm going to show you in a second. But no, doctors and nurses, they take the stethoscopes off and they put them in their pocket, right? So they're not hanging, because as soon as you start stretching that rubber, it's not really, it's like a rubber material. As soon as you stretch that, you fuck it up. But let's just see what this guy does, and you'll see what I mean. Remember, the stethoscope, when you put it in your ears, the nozzles has to face forward, and you can even see here they're not facing forward.
Your friend give it to me?
Actually, we were thinking your friend gave it to you.
Deacon's body was found yesterday. Also infected with plague.
Oops. See how they're pointing backwards? Super. Anyway, that's just a little bit more fun with some medical shows. See you later.